next guest is a talented comedian. He is making his network television debut this evening. He is not to be held responsible for any of tonight's technical screw-ups. A native of Iowa, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome comedian Jake Johansson. Jake.
Hi, thank you very much. I'm Jake Johansson. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you. I've been to New York before, but never when. Earlier this week it was raining, and kind of bad. Although one of the best things about New York is that in the rain, it makes its own gravy. So yeah. Right away it was snack time, you know, and I was enjoying myself. And I'm originally from Iowa, and thank you. Wow, thanks. I haven't been back for a while because it took me a long time to realize that we were free to go. So I wanted to get out, and but I like to go back and see my family is there, my mom and my dad, and my father's even the mayor of our town, so that's very, although it's a pretty small town, so eventually everyone gets to be the mayor. But he's the mayor right now. Actually, they elect the mayor by radio, and so last year Dad was the 5th caller. Yeah, well, we're very proud of him. He's a quick dialer, and no one can take that away from him. But I miss him. I've always gotten along well with my family, and now even my girlfriend, I get along pretty well. Diane and I have been fighting lately. That's my girlfriend, Diane. She has a job. But we had this recently. We had this fight. There was even a shaving accident involved. Because, you know, I'm trying to do tooth fight and then shave to go out, and so I'm shaving as fast as I can with the razor, which normally I don't shave my forehead, but I like to skip over on the way to the other side of my face, like you fly over Greenland to go to Europe. Yeah, I believe in skipping around as you shave, because I don't have a lot of whiskers, but several are very clever. So I like to surprise him. So I'm going as fast as I can. Accidentally, the razor goes inside my nose. Yeah, don't ever put the razor in your nose, even as a joke, because it's just not funny. Or to impress your kids, whatever you're look, I'm a daredevil. Because you can, before I even realized, thank you very much. You know, before I even knew the razor was in my nose, I cut that ridge, well, kind of a ridge of skin. Yeah, oh, man, yeah, it's one of the worst. You know, I didn't even know I was cut, and I was making that sound in the mirror. Well, you know, you just wish you could take your brain out and let it flop around in the tub for a couple of seconds. And so, right away I figure, well, I've got to wash it, you know, because it's my nose. Gateway to the inside of my head. So I get the soap and water, and I put, that makes it even worse to touch it with that. So my knees are buckling. So I felt like, well, if it stings when you wash it, that means you have to disinfect. So yeah, I go and get the rubbing alcohol, and yeah, if only you'd been there to stop me. Just to touch it with that alcohol was like the most unbelievable sensation. It was a whole nother plateau. I did a backflip, I mean, which I can't even do. I went right over, tremendous arc, no spotter. And so now at this point, I'm like a shivering naked lump right by the toilet. And I can't stop making that sound, you know, but then Diane from the other room goes, what happened in there? And that was the worst, you know. Nothing happened. Luckily, I was able to convince her I was okay. Because in a fight, if you show weakness at that point, she'll whoop in for the kill. So I'm all right now, and I feel good. I'm having a good time. I got dressed up. I have some products in my hair, and I just want to be part of it. That's all. I was out today. We saw this guy, parts of his head shaved completely off. And then, well, not parts of his head, parts of his hair. He didn't have a big rut in his head or anything like that. But it'd be handy for when it rained, though, kind of a little gutter thing. Waterfall right over his eye. Very beautiful. But he had shaved areas, and then the rest was random tufts of hair just going out. Basically, they were trying to get away from his head, is my theory. And, I mean, it looked like the barber had just said to the guy, all right, I'm going to cut your hair. You try and get away. If you can. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. That's great to be here.
Very funny.
Thank you.
Nice job. You mentioned you're from Iowa. You have your family, I guess, is still back there. You have a big family?
Well, a small family. They would like me to have more children. And then Diane is all, she has this urge with, it's more than a, it's like a biological clock where now every couple of months she'll come up to me with, babies now, babies. And it's, oh, I mean, what do you say back to that as a, babies now? How about some juice? She's crazy with that.
Have you known Diane a long time?
I can't even remember now. I just, I want to take a shower.
Okay. And you're living in San Francisco, so that's a big difference between Iowa and San Francisco, I'm guessing.
Very, yeah, big. I had to stop. I had an earring when I lived in Iowa, you know, and I had to stop wearing that because, well, I mean, in Iowa, we all got our ears pierced because we thought we'd look like pirates. And
a whole different deal in San Francisco. We got to do a commercial here. We'll be right back.